two tanks. He is the hero. Yevny. Oh dear. Showing the back to Ambition. Oh no, he received a shot. Now he's a one shot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yevny. Can survive. It's the $1 million question now. Survive. He race. Oh my god. Oh no, he fell off, sir! He fell off, no! Oh no!
Good evening everyone on the APAC server. We are now on to day 4 of the Money Blaster final. Only 3 teams remain and we are only going to be streaming one fixture tonight, and that will be Rory versus GRS. We saw Rory playing really well against EA yesterday, and we didn't follow GRS, so this is going to be the first time we are seeing how GRS plays on my stream. So once again, the format is pretty much straightforward, and if you have been following tournaments for quite some time already, you know exactly how a 4-team double elimination is run. So group stage, a 4-team double elimination with the winner advancing to the final stage, and final stage will decide the top 4 ranking of the teams. And we are going to be streaming only the upper bracket final tonight. Lower bracket final will be held tomorrow. So the maps for tonight will be Canal, Middelburg, Alpenstadt and Helles. This is the timeline for the tournaments. At the moment, Money Blaster final will be held from the 21st to the 25th of February with a prize pool of $10,000 US, and all the teams tonight will be receiving a chunk of the $10,000 US prize pool. Meanwhile, there are quick tournaments and coin blast tournaments happening simultaneously. I'm not sure if it's held today, but if it's the case, then these are for casuals. So these tournaments are a great opportunity to train your team, to have fun, most importantly with your teammates, and to pretty much bond with your teammates as well. The matches will start in around 30 minutes, and this is GRS team here. Hioris is the captain of the team. We also have 7. Wadu, Baby Rates, Arrive, 7710 rename user, Sarutsu, Buosorti and Momoko Love. This is rebranded from the clan Ho in the autumn season. I think that clan was forcibly renamed due to obvious reasons, but this team incorporated some other members from ARWV as well, so the entire ability of this team has been dramatically increased, and they have performed really well so far, knocking out one of the tournament favorites, GSM, and now also and now they won against Risk, which is also another huge tournament favorite. But on the other hand, we have Rory. This is the clan, the roster here. We have Fonka as the captain of the team. We also have Rush, Don, Farmer, Gaming, Magicians, Wetty, Shaft, Hacker, Blanks, and also Axiomatic. And we've seen them play against EA yesterday, and they performed really well, and they will be at least getting some monetary prizes. These are links. If you want to donate to the stream, please do so. But I mean, I will monitor the situation closely. Alright. I am looking at my channel. We have some people watching. Hopefully we have what? some reason my mic disconnected. So once again, I'm not sure where we left off. Let me do the introduction again. So once again, the format we know, the maps, Canal, Middleburg, Alpha Hellas, timeline we are all familiar. If you've been watching my streams for quite some time, you know what's going on. Only one one fixture to follow tonight. This is the lineup. I think you know what's going on here. So I think this is Rory's roster. And yeah, we pretty much covered all of things. And talking about what happened yesterday, Rory versus EA and EA versus Risk are the fixtures we followed yesterday, and EA got knocked out quite quickly. Rory 4-0 against EA and Risk 4-1 against EA tonight. Rory against GRS. We haven't really seen on our streams how GRS performs. I'm really excited about this. As I said, the APAC server is on the rebuilding phase because a lot of veteran players have left the game pretty much, or did not participate in this tournament at least. So objectively, the standard will lower. I mean, if you have some of the best players on the server in the clan war scene leaving, then that will inevitably affect the standard of the gameplay. They are on the rebuilding phase, and I really hope that they will come back stronger. There are some promising signs already with some new clans like Fig, and I believe, yeah, Fig is one of them, and I think kind of a couple of other clans I've never seen before. Brown, yes, Fig and Brown. These two clans are will be something that we will keep a close eye on, and then you have potentially clans from before, Laos. I hope they will make a comeback in the next season. They are an amazing team, I think some of them went to GB this tournament, but if they are going to separate back into two teams, then this is also something that we will follow closely, because GB was at one point a contender, and having players from Laos is really good thing. So I do think if GB is back with his original team, and then there is Laos, we could see both of them being very, very good. But I digress. We'll go back to the tournament room, Canal, GRS, and Rory. Once again, really nice to see the chat being quite good, quite clean, and obviously the giveaway is still going on. We have 10 battle passes to give away in this round, so there are a lot of battle passes to give away. So GRS versus Rory, and there we go. So hopefully we'll focus the games rather than going on tangents. Let's say about Rory with triple 60 TPs and AMX50B, triple IS7 GRS, triple T100LT, triple IS7, and a 60 TP. T100 LT is something that I haven't seen in a while. No, sorry, that's total BS. Triple T100 LTs is quite an aggressive strategy, and that means GRS has more than 2,000 hit points of deficit, and they really need to make use of that. We are going to follow the T1 LTs for now. This is not a rare strategy. Some clans put a lot of light tanks over to A side. If you know, Raid used 3 Bat Chats there, but we know Bat Chats is not as good as the T100 LTs now. This is exactly what they're doing, going there to get A, try to get held down positions. As you see, Farm already receives some hits, but Hero is as well. But looking at this move, Sweaty Shaft going straight to rename user, but already GRS immediately looking to get rename user out of the way, but Sweaty Shaft needs help. Not sure why Hacker is not coming in to support Sweaty Shot, or they are just staying there. They're going to get Heroes out of here. There's going to be a big trade going on for both teams. Heroes is now dead. It's now 7 versus 6. Rory has the advantage still, but GRS is trying absolute best in getting the hit point pool deficit back reduced to a huge extent. Sweaty Shaft instead has so many tanks going down in this minute here. But Hacker is on fire. That fire is unfortunately not extinguished, and he will be extinguished from this match. And B will be captured by GRS. Though the T100 LTs are really showing their full capability, the focus fire and so on. This is really exciting stuff. But 701 is dead as well. This is really quick. The games happening at the moment is really the game happening at the moment really fast paced. Oh, big miss from 7 onto Blanks. But looking at this. The focus is now on 7, and I believe 7 will be killed in no time, but Blanks is now 1 shot. Farmer is also very low. I mean, it's dead. Much Blanks is now dead, and look at how effective those T100 LTs are. There are still 2 remaining on the battlefield. GRS, with the numbers, I believe they will win this first match. Well done to GRS, the T100 LTs, despite giving the team a substantial hit point boost advantage. They brought it back really nicely. The focus fire and the aggression on A, that strategy paid off very well. This kind of very specific strategy worked out in their favor. I do see it backfire before. But for Rory, they didn't seem to have a response to that, and this is Rory's first defeat in this match. Well done to GRS and Rory, hopefully. We will see more of them in the next match now. So Ritsu is going to land that final blow onto Gaming, and it will be the case 1-0 to GRS. Do sign language. Right, looking at the damage here, we see Rory with 3 tanks 3.2k and 5 tanks 3.2k for GRS. So well done to GRS, and we are going back to the second match. And then it's now 1-0, so it's a best of 7, so that's not going to do just yet. Remember, Loka was leading 2-0 at one point. First Alliance was leading at 3-1 at one point yesterday against Serenity. Comebacks do happen. APAC server, we always know GB is the king of comebacks, but GB's not here. Can they embody the spirit of Berlin? Rory, can they embody the spirit of Berlin and make a grand comeback? We always love to see that, do we? Here, GRS starting off really strong with the focus fire discipline and the quick pace. And I really like how they move. They are definitely the tournament favorites here, and I'm really optimistic about their chances, and also their level of quality. The quality of gameplay there is really high for GRS, and I do really think all the teams here will need to start watching out for these guys. They are potent. Canal back. We will be seeing GRS versus Rory GRS currently leading 1-0. We always love to see the legendary feud between GV and Feast, and I mean the kind of the feud is it's pretty much public information now. But I'm not going to repeat what's going on. But we do really want to see the rivalry of these two clans. But I mean, down under, we know that they do train a lot with one another. It's not like they are like really up against one another, but but I digress. Both teams opted for a really aggressive push onto respective bases, but for some reason, as you can see, renamed user has pushed forward but did not provide support while Rory did. So that's kind of a mistake, I have to say, for GRS in my opinion. I would have gone for the 60 TPs to go straight into Bonkers. They don't have the cap lead as well, so they have to rotate and to chip away hit points, but Bonkers is now in a really aggressive position, not really well supported, so I suppose GRS would want to go for that, but that could also be a bait strategy by Rory, so you can't say for sure whether going for Bonkers is a really good move. A great shot into Sweaty Shaft. What GRS is trying to do is to reduce the capability of Rory in deploying this trap, and as we can see, 7010 is going to progress even further into this valley here, looking to isolate Bonkers, and it will be the case. Great shot from here is onto, oh my lord, the Sarutsu gets absolutely smacked in that position. The AMX50B, surely this is going to become a lot more difficult for GRS to make a rotation now. They are now down down by more than 1,000 hit points. As we can see, 7 tries to put a shot into the bush, and 7 is on a really long reload. So we will see. I think GRS, they still have some time. It's 6 cap points per 2 seconds of increase, so we are still talking about around a minute to go before they absolutely need to make a move. There is still some time, but time will be running short because now less than a minute to go probably, and they really need to find out a way to make a really grand push. Capturing C will not be enough. They also need some kills to support that, to kind of reduce the cap point deficit. But at the moment, GRS is dropping more and more hit points, and this is looking more and more likely for Rory to win by caps and probably by kills. But Bonkers, I think, is really unsupported, and will Rory be able to get Bonkers out of the way? GRS is mobilized to get Bonkers. Not sure what's going on. Rory hasn't really made a move on the other side, and Bonkers will go down immediately. I think that's a bit too late for Rory now. I'm not really sure why they left this Bonkers, the IS7 up there isolated without further support when that tank got pushed. Although they still have a tank of advantage now. I mean, the hit points they have more hit points, but they do not have the guns. And GRS is now closer in terms of hit points, and now they might be even overtaking in terms of hit points of Rory. They're holding, but they're going to lose more hit points, and they're really trying to get C under protected. And I mean, you can see now Rory looking really really nervy now. Blanks is now dead. It's now 7 versus 5. GRS is looking to get into C now. This is going to be a last ditch effort, but GRS absolutely would not be panicking. 7710 is down. Hit points are still neck and neck. Hit points are still the cap is still in favor of Rory. GRS unable to capitalize on the 2 tank advantage to finish off Rory, and GRS looks really disjointed at the moment with Voado now dead. Rory only needs one more kill to win this one, but Sweaty Shaft now dead. 7 is also dead. And Rory now very close to victory now. Only need 2 more seconds and they will win. And it will be the case. Rory will win, but this is by no means a comfortable victory for Rory. They really gave us a heart attack here. I would say that IS7, that positioning there, I think they want to do a bait strategy here, but I'm not sure if that's really their idea. They seem to provide no support when that tank got pushed. At one point, it's two tanks gifted to GRS, and GRS at one point was almost leading, despite having a 2,000 hit points of deficit at the start because of Rory's really great return fire there. So that was a bit of a mistake on Rory's behalf, but GRS didn't really capitalize on that and focus their tanks onto particular targets, and I think that is pretty much their downfall in the end. Nevertheless, Rory, they really have to connect with that IS7 in that holding, because if it was for other teams, they would have won that one. So really well done to GRS. 2 tags 312k and Rory 4 tags 312k. It will be now 1-1. We are now on to Middleburg. Yes, and stop guessing now. You haven't done so. Stop guessing now. Oh, thank you, Sting, for recording results. I'm just going to check, because my Discord is being flooded with messages. There we go. We go in. We are now on to Middleburg. It's currently 1-1 for both teams. Great. We have 50 people watching. That's amazing. Hopefully, we'll get more people watching soon. Hopefully, you are amazed by the games you're seeing here. Certainly one of the best so far in this tournament, and that's speaking volumes, to be honest with you. Arrive in the T100 LT, we'll get some amazing spots onto Rory's team. Oh, Farmer is going into an interesting route, but as you can see from his perspective, there is this kind of small bump there that he could pretty much shield his tank from, and then now GRS will be getting both B and C. That will give GRS a substantial cap point lead. Rory, on the other hand, is starting this match pretty defensively. I mean, they are still climbing up this hill, and GRS is already kind of branching out a bit. Not really branching out, but pushing the line a bit more forward. As we can see, Hacker do have to be really mindful about this move, because he's a bit alone and a bit forward. The GRS, are they ready to reset this cap? But they have nothing to lose, to be honest with you. They have B as well. They have a cap lead, and reset shots are in, but they are just only HE splash. And great shots onto I mean, I don't know. Both teams still holding off, and A is currently captured by Rory Ido, and C still attempting to be captured by Hacker. GRS still trying to their best to land shells, and yes, they still manages to reset C, and Rory has to give up before they lose too many hit points. Hit points still quite close with quite close at the moment. GRS was still with 2 caps, and there will be 10 cap points of increase per 2 seconds. We're now talking about around 30 seconds to go for Rory before they absolutely need to make a push. That's not a lot of time left on their hands. They really need to start pushing and getting. I don't think even getting a cap will be enough. Idol is going to do a 1v1 potential to arrive. This is going to be important, but Rory needs to start pushing now. Getting a cap will not be enough, but they finally got C, so that's good. But they have more than 300 cap points to overcome, so that's not going to be enough here. I mean, if we do the maths, I don't think they're going to overtake GRS before GRS gets more than 1,000 cap points here. So we are now seeing Rory now pushing in. Blanks has received some hits, but there are bounces and misses coming in. They're trying to get 7 out of the way, and this is absolute scenes. Obviously, we're seeing Rory now 2 tanks onto rename user, 2 tanks onto 7, but Blanks is now dead. Their focus is now onto great kill onto 7 now. Big shots onto rename user. The focus fire from Rory is coming through, and GRS is taking a really long time to get those mouses out of the way. They killed one of the mouses, but they have spent so much time. I don't think I'm making any sense here with my commentary. They're now trying to get rename user out of the way, but GRS have gotten all 3 caps and only 5 more cap points, and they will win. They will certainly win. Rory, they lost C. I don't know what, I don't know how, but losing C has proven to be hugely costly. Well done to GRS, really. I think this is another scary moment here. GRS, they were falling apart near the spawn, but I think what they have done really well, they gained control over that A area, they killed that mouse out of the way, and they got A, and they got C as well. I mean, at this point, Rory's push came in a bit too late, and bigger problem is that they were unable to retain C. That is the main reason why GRS won, and certainly if everything goes south, you can still gamble. You can still make a gamble by capturing all the bases and hope that you will win by caps. And certainly GRS was not leading in hit points. Rory was leading in the brawls. So well done to GRS, and I really like the cap play demonstrated by GRS here. They are now leading 2-1, but obviously they have to be really mindful of this. They look kind of disjointed in the last 2 matches. Hopefully they don't lose focus, because Rory is starting to kickstart their comeback here. The momentum is building in favor of Rory. Their brawls, their focus fire is better in my opinion, but their cap play has to be strengthened. We will now go to Bitterberg, and we will see what's going on. I think there is now Thai support. I'm not sure if we are seeing some. I'm not sure if there is someone from Thai, but. It's 2-1, but I would really hope that you'll keep the chat in English. Right, let's see. Okay, so Rory, red team from the south spawn, with GRS blue team from the north spawn. This time, most of them will go into the city side. Not Rory. Rory still puts tanks to the C side. We're seeing Hacker going straight into C, but let's follow 7 right now. He's pushing straight deep into B, and Idol will be trying to get out of B. I think they know there is a push ongoing. Idol has received a shot. Rory, Idol needs to angle his tank well. I think he will be receiving lots of shots from GRS, and he rightly pulls back before GRS is going to materialize with the push there. currently the cap points are in favor of GRS because they got A more quickly than Rory getting C. As Hacker, what he's doing there is trying to get spots onto the enemy spawn. So they know that there is not lots of tanks positioned there, but most of Rory's tanks are near their spawn. So that means Rory cannot potentially put like 5 tanks to directly push onto A. Sweaty Shop potentially could link up with Hacker to get heroes out of the way, but that would take some time. So GRS, they are now holding near city side, but I don't really like city strats on Middleburg personally, because it's kind of obvious how you would come about the rotation, and they're like long but pretty much the corridors are pretty much open to north and the south parts of the map. So so that means you will get cross shots from literally 2 different sides. So that means if Rory decides to make a good push from 2 different sides, then either side will get some really good juicy backside of GRS tanks. So can GRS hold this well? We will see here very soon. But I would say Rush and also Sweaty Sharp potentially could mobilize towards the enemy spawn and make a push there at the start. GRS is still trying to chip away hit points of Rory near the spawn. Right. If you have won the Battle Pass before, which I've announced previously, then if you're winning the Battle Pass once again, I will allocate the Battle Pass to other people that have participated in the giveaway. Might do some draws again. Rush is tracked, potentially perma tracked, or maybe not. Hippo's still in favor of GRS at the moment. Gaming, I think. Gaming has received quite some hits. They're now trying to get B. They're now trying to force an issue onto GRS. And GRS, are they going to make a push onto Idol here? Idol is the elephant in the room, and Mouse successfully gets speared. I'm so sorry. But GRS for some reason didn't try to make a push. They know it's a Mouse, and they know they're going to push into the defensive setup of Rory. But if you are decisive enough to do that, and they do not have like full health, so they can absolutely get a wonderful push there. But they're also stopping Rory from getting anywhere near A. So I mean, looking at this, there are 2 tanks pretty much out of the fight for Rory, and GRS really needs to make use of this opportunity to get tanks out of this battlefield with Rory still with 2 caps, and B is now getting a cap stop. GRS, this is hurry up with the kills. 940 cap points for Rory now. Rory still with a hit point pool lead. We could see potentially 1 versus 1 onto the other side. This is a total battle, and B is going to be captured really. Rory looking to get. Ooh, Gaming is now dead. GRS now got B. And a cap slot list there. Both teams now have 1 cap points increase, but Rory, that kill onto ARWV is really important, and they will win the next match. It's now 2-2. This is absolute scenes. Absolute scenes. Absolutely chaotic. Absolute mayhem. It's Doc's dinner all over the place, with 3 tanks doing more than 2k for GRS, 2 tanks doing more than 2k for Rory. Disaster zone in the disaster area in the Middleburg City area. We're now on to Alpenstadt. It's now 2-2, and wow, amazing gameplay display by both teams. But I have to say, GRS, that match, they have to make that push in the end. But I hope, but they also look a little bit off with kind of the concentration. I think they did. I think the coordination was a bit off here. Rory, despite there are 2 tanks, Wetty Sharp and the T100 LT, pretty much sitting at the back, not really in the fight that is happening near Rory's spawn. I think GRS would have capitalized on that and punished Rory for that mistake, but certainly there is kind of a lack of coordination over to that area. I think that is why GRS lost this one, and now British start 2-2, it's going up evenly, and we can see once again amazing matches all over the place. Rory triple TPs, double IS7 at T100LT and AMX50B. GRS going for triple 60 TPs, double IS7 at T100LT and an AMX50B. Right. Yep, so let's say GRS blue team from the south spawn with Rory going for, the north spawn going mostly into A with arrived spotted. And Rory, some of the times are spotted there. I think they're trying to go straight into A, but GRS knows that the north spawn it's easier to get the cat lead, so they're trying to get a counter strat to stop that from happening. But big shots into 7, that's an amazing aggressive position. They have paid a huge price for that, and look at how GRS has just pushed in immediately. They're trying to get Farmer out of the way. Sweaty Shaft is sweating profusely pretty much, trying to shield Farmer, and they're really trying to do the staircase method here, and it seems to work out nicely. Oh, but it's not going to help. Sweaty Shaft feeling helpless in that situation. Farm is the first tank out. GRS got a tank down already, but followed really quickly. It is 7. This has descended into pandemonium, and they're now looking to get Bonkers out of the way. GRS Focus Fire is now trying to come through. Sarusu's trying to turn his tank to Sweaty Shaft because he can't really get Bonkers. That will be dealt with by rename user 1 versus 1. They are putting a lot of trust onto Bonkers, or maybe not, because Wado and also Sarusu's looking to support, looking to get Farmer out, Bonkers out of the way here. And Bonkers will be unable to get a full clip into rename user or Wadu. As a well done to GRS here. Rory 5 versus 5 hit points in favor of GRS, and Sarutsu is now quite low, down to 2-shot, rush down to a 1-shot, and yeah, 5 versus 5. And looking at Arrive, still pretty much full health in the T100LT and in really good position to farm Sweaty Shaft. GRS, they just need to stay calm, and they should have this. They have the positional advantage. Rory with Sweaty Shaft being quite out of a position that is not going to help at all. Sweaty Shaft is now dead. I would have actually wanted Rory to push, but I do understand they don't want to risk too much because they don't have the hit point pool advantage, and Rush is going to go down to rename user in here unless rename user bounces, and it will be the case. Now GRS has bitten back, and they are now trying to get Ido out of the way as well. And yes, Ido is now dead, and 2 versus 5. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be amazing. Rory now falling apart. GRS, that push actually worked in their favor. Rory, their positions didn't really help their cause. And with Hacker now dead, gaming is going to be a 1-shot, will be removed by Arrive, and this is going to be 3-2 for GRS. Well done to GRS, and commiserations to Rory here. Obviously, they are professionals. These two clans, they have some. They house some of the best players on the APAC server, and obviously we are in for some amazing fights. And Focus Fire, obviously, this is the best we've seen on the APAC server on my streams at the very least. Great to see more than 60 people watching. 5 tanks doing more than 2k for GRS and 3 tanks doing more than 2k for Rory. Absolute amazing stuff. And we're going to go back into average stars 3-2. It is now for GRS. This means GRS is on the match point, and if Rory wins next one, we're going into a tiebreaker, and we all love tiebreakers, do we? So yes, we'd really love to see that. And then we go back in, and GRS 3-2 to Rory at the moment. Right, so GRS going for quadruple 60 TPs, double 50 Bs, T100 LTs, Rory going for quadruple 60 TPs, double IS7s, and a mouse. Back on our push start, let's see about this. Alright, let's see about this match. Open start, Rory versus GRS. And GRS is under a numeric a hit point disadvantage. And Rory, red team, yeah, quadruple 60 TPs double. I'm not sure why I'm announcing this again, but anyhow, sweaty shafts in the IS7 going close to see, and I think there will be shots coming in soon. Oh, arrive! Oh, sneaking into C, but no, just going past C because he knows if sweaty shaft decides to go in, that C, I mean, arrive would take a lot of hits. But at the same time, I do think arrive could stay there. I mean, look at the positions of the 60 TPs. Absolutely, the crossfire could come in, and I don't think Sweaty Shaft will love to get hit by double 60 TPs, right? So, all big shots coming in onto Ida already, but I mean, we're seeing a big push coming in from Rory here, looking to get Silver all of the way, but GRS has made no mistake to get Sweaty Shaft out of the way. It's all about focus fire. They need the tanks out. There is some miscommunication going on for Rory. They need 771. No, it's all about tanks and all about who can get the tanks first. Sweaty Shaft's now their hit points in favor of Rory. And a hacker will get service of the way, but Farmer is now isolated by these tanks. GRS definitely will want this tank out of the way, but it's all about focus fire. Wadu, and also, I mean, Farmer is now down to a 2-shot here. This has to set it into pandemonium, but GRS has a substantial hit point pool disadvantage here, and the tanks in terms of numbers is 5 versus 4. They are trying to get either of the match quickly because that tank is absolutely far forward, and I believe this is not going to last for long. Heroes will take either of this match. 4 versus 4. Can GRS pull this off? There are still 3 full hit point tanks for Rory's side, and here is looking to get that shell onto Bonkers. It's a bounce! Oh no, here is now dead. It's 4 versus 3. And we're seeing shots coming in to 7 from Rory. Rory now punching into GRS, I believe that push sent too many tanks onto just a few tanks there. Shouldn't have been the case, especially when they are taking the 50 Bs. They are exceptionally weak on their backside, and I think this is a bit of their downfall in my opinion. And with Wadu now dead, arrived the last person standing, we are now going to tiebreaker rush. looking to get that final blow or to arrive. Game on. 3-3. So 6 tanks doing more than 2k and 3 tanks doing more than 2k, and there we go. Hellas, it is going to be the case. Wow, it's either going to be GRS or Rory. I believe we're down for some of the best matches we've seen on APAC in this tournament, and tomorrow would be a bigger day for these clans. One of them will finish third tomorrow, one of them will finish second, and one of them will finish first. This is kind of an obvious statement, but some of you might not even know what's going on, so good to say something like that. Elysium. Lol. GRS will be taking triple i7, double 60TPs, a 200 LT, and then M60 Rory going for triple i7, double 60TPs, and double 200 LTs. Don't worry, Layla. I mean, moderators are supposed to kind of spread their jobs, so don't worry about this. Thank you very much for Fujit for moderating the chat, and hopefully this tiebreaker would mean we'll have a huge following and viewership, and we'll go on to Hellas now. How dare you? Says Galaxy, and Hellas. Tiebreaker, Rory versus GRS, both teams showing what they are capable of. Amazing reactions when either one of the team decides to make a push. I think we're seeing a lot of draws tonight, and will that continue on Hellas? We'll find out soon. Right, so let's see about this. Rory red team from the north spawn with GRS blue team from the south spawn looking at arrive and 200 LT here, looking to get the spots here. Yeah, it's a bounce. I don't know, miss. B will be captured by Sweaty Sharp and Bonkers in the IS-7, but Reading User is unspotted, but quite alone there. They have to be really careful. They could lose a tank out of nothing. And first shot's been fired onto Huris, and he's looking to get into C. Okay, there are some shots firing, but A is attempting to be captured by Rory, but it will not be successful. This is exactly why Reading User is there to reset A. At the same time, he will be linked up by these 3 tanks here, so if Rory decides to push onto rename user, they will be punished while crossing to support, so I don't think they will want to do that. So that's some good positioning from GRS, but there are quite a lot of tanks there, so they are potentially losing the map control in this situation. So 771 receives a 9 hit as well, and Rory also receives a hit with Bonkers. GRS looking to make a push onto Sweaty Sharp and Bonkers. I think that could be a really good move, but that has to materialize, and that needs to be a decisive call, because at this point Rory is really separated, and the GRS has found this apparent weakness of Rory here. They're leading by more than 2,000 hit points now, so that's going to be a huge advantage for GRS now, and I think they're now inching closer towards the grand final. Bonkers is now removed, and Sweaty Sharp is now on a reload, and 7, oh, it's a bounce onto 7 here. Oh, this is going to go really close. Here is now getting smacked by the Rory's forces here. There is time for Rory to reduce the hit point pool deficit, and C will be captured, and B will be captured by GRS soon, and soon Rory will lose 2 caps here, but GRS will also lose 7710. So now I think this means things have evened out. And we have lost Sweaty Shaft as well. 7710 is now dead. This is actually going to really close. GRS. Oh, big crossfire onto Farmer. That is really important. They try to get Wilder off the way. Rush is now focused for GRS. This kill could prove to be pivotal. Wilder's now down to a 2-shot here. Needs to unleash the full clip. Great shell into gaming and will be removed. 4 versus 4 right here. This is total mayhem. With 7 removed out of this battlefield, it's now 4 versus 3. Looking like Rory to lose now. Rush is now dead. Heroes is now going to be dead. It will be the case. No bounces occurred here. 3 versus 2. 2 tanks remaining on the battlefield. 3 relatively healthy tanks of Rory. Rory surely got this in the bag, and they will qualify to grand final. GRS will go down to meet Risk. Amazing games displayed by both teams. Great pushes from both teams. I believe GRS, I believe really pretty much Rory, kind of the mobility and also the ability to kind of get the tanks out of the way. GRS, maybe the positioning was the main downfall here near the seaside, and Rory able to divert most of the attention to the other side, to the seaside, and make a great push there. That could have made all the difference here. It was really close in the end. Rory, 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and GRS 2 tanks doing more than 2k. GRS are going to fight Risk in the lower bracket final, and we know that they have played one another before. GRS prevailed, and it could be different this time. And well done to Rory. Congratulations, at least they will be securing a top 2 spot in the Money Blaster final. Well done, and that would definitely install them as favorites of the tournament. As for Risk and GRS, both of them will be knocked out, and there we go. All right. Oh, more than 70 people watching the tiebreaker. Ooh, that's really good. So with now Rory through to grand final. Who will join Rory tomorrow in the grand final? We'll find out tomorrow, and the next match will not happen here. The next match will happen tomorrow, and I will change this. So that it will show the correct time. So apologies. Let me just change this quickly. And that should appear correctly. Yep, that should appear correctly now. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Okay, for now, I think that is pretty much for now. We have more than 80 people watching, so that's amazing. I will have an even bigger stream tonight. I just need to. For some reason, Google Sheet has decided to stop working. So while my moderators are still getting this sorted, I have to say thank you very much for watching this stream. But I will have to wait until the moderators have sorted out the guess the guesses. We have more than 10 people guessing, so that's amazing. Okay. Okay, I will also double check whether there are duplicates. So far, I suppose all of them are from. Oh, there is one from the EU server. So please bear with me for a moment as I sort out the winners. Okay, I believe there are no duplicates, so I can announce the winners here. Okay, so here are Battle Pass winners. And congratulations to Shadow, British T, K9. I think Invisible, you have won a Battle Pass. Just have to double check. You have won one yesterday, I believe. That's why your name rings me a bell. No, you have won one in one of the lucky draws. So I will have to allocate that to someone else then. So that means Working Wizard, congratulations, you get a battle pass. Yep, and Karam Trillionaire, no skills, just kills. Indian Smart, Cam Battle, and Master Blast Gunner. Double checking, I think this name rings me a bell as well. Just have to double check. Yup. Right, your name should be fine. So congratulations. So that's all for me tonight. And I'll be back on the EU server and we'll continue to follow the matches. So thank you very much and I'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.